Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our One Piece journey with Volume 56. This one covers chapters 542 to 551. So this is from when Blackbeard's pirates first show up at Impel Down, all the way through when Whitebeard shows up at Marineford. While we're here, what a fucking phenomenal spread we've got here. Just these last couple pages of that last chapter. So many fucking big moments. Fuck it, while we're here, let's just talk about that. Two big things to talk about with that. First, I feel like the idea of coating the ship so that it could go down to Fishman Island, like, I understand that that's the main purpose for the coating, but in terms of, like, the writing mindset, I feel like Oda came up with this idea first of Whitebeard's ship showing up from underneath Marineford. I feel like that just with the significance of it, I'm starting to feel like that idea came first, and then Oda worked backwards to come up with a reason for it being there. And it's a great reason. It works completely in this universe. I just think that's my theory from on the writing perspective. And goddamn if it's not the coolest fucking reveal. And speaking of reveals, turns out that Ace is not actually Luffy's blood brother, but in fact he is the son of Gold Roger. So, huge fucking reveal there. And that's the reason in itself why the Navy's chosen Ace specifically to execute. Like, they could have gone after pretty much anyone's first mate, anyone from Whitebeard's crew, but they targeted Ace specifically because he's the son of Gold Roger, and they want to eliminate everyone associated with Roger. Purely on the basis of his blood it has the potential to make him the next Pirate King. Which goes back to that idea from Annie's lobby with Robin about how no person is born with sin. No person is born with a fate that will 100% come true. And apparently the Navy doesn't believe that. They are, which makes sense since they're the bad guys here, but they are 100% on you're the Pirate King's son, you have to fucking die because we're not even going to take the chance that you're not going to be the next Pirate King. So, nice little callback thematically with that. And I also like the idea that Ace doesn't necessarily think fondly of Gold Roger. Like, he kind of sees him as just a father that knocked up his mom and left. So that's unfortunate on Roger's part, but Ace really sees Whitebeard as his father, the guy who took him in and gave him a place to be on his crew. So really strong family theme we're working with here. Both the lost, both real families and found families. And I believe, speaking of families, apparently, I don't know if I misread this or maybe because it seems so outlandish, but apparently Buggy is Shanks' brother? Which would be fucking wild. But it makes sense since they both have, well, Buggy's hair is blue, but I swear I've seen, like, I think his hair is dyed, and I've seen it, like, orange at some point. Maybe I'm just making that up in my brain, but feel free to correct me in the comments, because they refer to him as his blood brother, which I assume means brother related by blood. Wild turn there. But that and the fact that it comes out that Buggy was on Roger's crew kind of turns Buggy into this like superstar kind of guy who just revels in the limelight. Like it for fucking great turn for Buggy's character here where he's like he's so intent on just fucking leaving and getting the hell out of here, but as soon as he sees like a path forward, his ambition starts to rear up again. It starts to flare up. And he's like, hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can be the Pirate King. I'm going to go fucking kill Whitebeard. Wild. Everything in this volume is fucking wild. Right down to Iva's fucking face on this cover. Which I forgot was an actual power. Like, at the end of the last volume, Iva, like, makes his head grow. And I thought that was like a joke at first, but apparently, like, he actually made his head giant. Fucking wild. And at one point he turns into a woman, like a full-on gender shift. I think fairly early on in this volume, I think. I don't remember where it is exactly, but, just a wild-ass time. Oh, this is something I keep forgetting to bring up, but I always notice it. I really like... It's a small detail that... But, Oda always seems to love giving different laughs to different people. Like, I don't know if this is the direct katakana translation of it, but in the Viz one for Blackbeard, it's like zehahaha. And I've seen like a dozen different laughs from different One Piece characters so far. And that's just a really fun detail. But speaking of Blackbeard, he's starting to wreck some shit. And I really want to find out what this guy's plan is. What his plan for Luffy is. What his plan for Ace and Whitebeard is. Like, he's finally a warlord of the sea. But then he immediately turns on Magellan and the rest of Impel Down and just starts wrecking shit. Very curious as to where that's going and what's going to happen with Whitebeard. Or not, with Blackbeard. And also with Whitebeard. Anyway. Yeah. Blackbeard's cool. Jinbei is a fucking bro who can... like, basically act as a one-man sailboat, and just, he takes, like, a giant wooden door and, like, has everyone surf across it on him. Then he calls a bunch of whale sharks. That was a super fucking cool scene, just to see if I can find it. Whatever. But, yeah, everyone's... There's just so much coolness in this volume, and everything's fucking exploding and racing towards a conclusion. Bon Clay stays behind, dressed as Magellan, in order to open the gates of Impel Down for them to escape. Wild shit. Hope he makes it out of there okay, because at this point it looks like he's just gonna straight up die. But we'll see. We will see. I'm also curious as to who opened the doors at Marineford, at the Navy headquarters. They haven't fully revealed that yet, but we'll see what happens with that. As well as the fucking 43 ships that Whitebeard takes with him. Like, they point out at the beginning of in this volume, like, there's the second to last chapter of this volume is just straight up like, okay, there's a lot of shit happening. Let's explain everyone who's here. There's Admiral Sengoku. We've got the Fleet Admiral Sengoku. We've got the other three admirals right here. We've got all the vice admirals around here. This is what the island looks like. This is where all the cannons are positioned. This is where all the ships are. Ace is right here in the middle. Oda was like... It seems like Oda was like, okay, this is going to get confusing. Let's just lay everything out. And that was... It was just... It was almost felt Chimera Ant-ish in a way. In fact, I'm curious as to when this came out in relation to Chimera Ant. These probably were around the same time. It doesn't say when the Japanese printing was for this. This volume came out in the US in 2011. So this was probably written in 2010, 2009, somewhere around then, which was when Chimera Ant was being written, I believe. So interesting that both of these complicated scenarios are occurring at the same time in Shonen Jump. And what? See, now I'm thinking about what was happening with Bleach and Naruto during that. I have no clue what happened around those times, but just an interesting coincidence. Although I don't think the Palace Raid in particular came in Hunter x Hunter came till a bit later, but who knows? Who knows if these things lined up or not? It's interesting to think about. Anything else I have to say? Not really. Yeah, it's just super fucking stoked. Summit War is about to start. It's gonna be wild. We got another 3 volumes of that, I think. And then 1 volume of, like, cooldown. We're about to dive... Looks like we're gonna dive into Ace's, like, Ace's and Luffy's, like, childhood eras at some point. So that'll be real interesting to see. Summit War is shaping up to be fucking badass. It's not as thematically poignant as previous arcs. I was kind of expecting it to be, especially considering all the 1% rich people control the world stuff we got in Shabandi. I finally pronounced it right this time. Shabandi. Not Sabaody, like it's printed in English for some fucking reason. But maybe it's making a shift more towards, like, blood relations and family and stuff and found families. Maybe that's the thematic direction that this arc is going in. I hope it gives me some... Like, I'd be totally fine with just this big bust-em-up series of action scenes that are super awesome to look at, but I would also like some thematic intrigue as well. So we'll see where that goes. Again, just want to point out that after post Marineford, I will be putting my One Piece vlog series on hold because I have a bunch of other projects that I really need to get on and stop wasting time with this. So enjoy the next few videos, and then we'll see if I do anything else with this channel. But in any case, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about what you thought. My name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.